Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. This is Friday 15, the Death Adder edition. And my first guest is Agent Gomez. What's
Hey,
up,
what's up,
Agent
man?
Gomez? How's it going,
Oh,
man? So he's setting up some figures and stuff like that.
yeah, just trying to put them on a little platform here to space them up a little bit. But yeah, nice to see you, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
You got it, man. No problem. Thank you for coming around again. And our next guest is
Well, there
Toy
you go.
Page,
What's up? What's up? What's up?
finishing his homework.
Ideas.
What's
I
going
had some
on?
ideas. How
How
y'all
you
doing,
doing,
fellas?
dude?
Doing good. How are you guys doing, man?
So far, so good. I'm
Good, good,
excited
good
to
to see
get
you, man.
into this, man. It's pretty awesome. So you got some. What do you got over there, Agent Gomez?
We have the Toby Spider-Man. This guy just popped. He's pretty cool. Obviously, like this is the Spider-Man I grew up on, so like
Yeah.
love this one. We got the Death Adder, and then I did this like custom Daredevil. I just think he looks awesome. I just love the look of it. A little bit beefed up from the
Oh yeah.
standard release. But yeah, I just that's kind of what's living on my table recently. So I just put him on cam, show him off a little bit.
I'm curious about that Venom. That isn't Marvel Legends, is it?
So that's the figure arts one from the movie, like the MCU one. It's honestly dope. Like it's huge. It has some articul. It has like the same articulation as the Legends one. It's a little bit better in the shoulders, but yeah, I just think it looks really mean. It has some really cool accessories with it, and it goes well with the sizing too. It's like even though it's a figure art, which are usually smaller, it's huge. It like I just love the size of it, like beside the SH Figure Art Spider-Man. He really towers over this thing, you know?
That is awesome. Looks
Yeah,
great.
he's pretty dope.
Paige, you good with a solo layout or nah?
I don't have anything, man. I was actually trying to clean my table off. I was cleaning my table off like before the show, man. But I got the stuff ready. I got the adder.
Nice. I'm still here. That happens every now and then. I am too hot for my camera, so it has to cool down. One day I'll put an ice bucket on there. So we're here for some Death Adder chat, but we've also got a couple of other things that I'd love to cover if you guys get down with that.
Let's do
Well,
it.
I guess not. Agent Gomez just left, so
No, I'm here. I'm at
no,
door. I
no,
just wanted to.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. This is in real life stuff, people. In real life stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's
So
not going. He's not going to the bathroom.
we got
No,
some.
not yet. I just went.
Yeah, no, don't be mic'd in the bathroom, man.
I'll bring the cam next time. Full experience. Agent Gomez in the toilet.
Oh,
OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
jeez,
We'll
man.
break this.
Demonetized immediately.
Yeah.
Haven't even got there yet. So
Or
we had
OnlyFans
some,
famous. Yeah.
we,
Either way.
we had some interesting drops recently, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Gate 13, Thanos Copter, what's going on, you guys? Thanks for showing up. Mrs. Go is in here. Beautiful.
hmm
Um, so we had some drops recently. I'm wondering, Jarrell, what's going on? Wondering if you guys copped it or dropped it, basically, right?
If it was
Got
Mezco, I didn't pick it up.
the Ghost
Yeah.
Spider.
Paige hates Mezco.
Giovanni, what's up?
Hates it.
Oh,
That's Merrick's Toy Box. So I didn't pick it up. I'm a Rumble Society guy, so it wasn't for me.
I'm with you.
Giovanni
I'm
says he copped
passing.
it.
I'm passing on anything that's not anything not Rumble. I'm probably gonna skip on. Although that Superman was tempting, and I just personally, yeah, I do like a Spider Gwen on a female buck, and I'm curious if it's double jointed, like to see where Mezco goes with that. So there's a piece of me that's like, I want to touch it definitely, but I have so many toys. I have to stick in my Rumble lane with Mezco for sure.
Touch it in an extremely wholesome way, YouTube.
In like a caressing mother baby way. Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
hey,
Paige,
so
what are your thoughts?
oh man,
You did cover this, so I'm sorry for if it's redundant. It is on your YouTube page where you go kind of in depth.
oh yeah. We actually had a good conversation about this, man. There's a lot to unpack with it. I picked it up obviously, but I was reading all the comments. There's just a lot of interesting thoughts. So do you guys have reasons why you passed, or what? Why did you? I know, Agent, you said because it's out of the line, but go. Why did you pass?
I passed because I don't want to get too invested in anything else with when it comes to Marvel properties.
Yeah.
Kind of this year, I'm sticking to imports and Rumble Society.
Okay.
So, not I have two Spider Gwens from Marvel Legends, and I'm happy with. Actually three if you count Gwen that was in her. I guess
The cities.
her regular
The green jacket one that
regular
pops Mary
clothes.
Jane's head on.
Right, exactly. The
Yeah,
swappable
yeah.
versions.
The
Yeah,
comic. Yeah, gotcha.
exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Or the animated
Mhm.
series, whichever
Yeah,
one
whatever.
it was from. But yeah, and yeah. So I haven't. I think the first Marvel Legends, excuse me, Marvel property that I would get invested in is the Miguel O'Hara Spider-Man 2099.
That's a good
Yeah.
figure, man.
For those who don't know, my name is Miguel. I'm Puerto Rican and Irish as well. So it's like, wait, what? You
He is your hero. Like, we
yeah,
got you.
exactly, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for me not to have that in a way, but I
Yeah.
know that would be my gateway drug in a sense.
Yeah.
Sorry if that was really long-winded, and I hope I answered your question.
No, man, that's good. I picked it
Imagine.
up. Hmm?
Oh, sorry. No, continue. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I picked it up, but I just saw a lot of people talking about it. I think the main thing that we talked about on the show with this was the rollout for it. I think because it had been so long, people were expecting a certain rollout, and
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that. And so we talked about some of the things like that possibly they could do to help that in the future. So it was a
Oh,
good
okay.
talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
That's
yeah, it
Toy
was,
Page with the two Corys on his YouTube page.
yeah.
I do like how they
That
drop
was
it
a
though.
Hangout 101, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the episode. Yeah,
Sorry, Agent Gomez. I wanted
No,
to
you're
give
yeah,
that a plug.
definitely. It's a great show. I love watching it. I always put it on at nighttime when I snuggle up in my bed. I'm always just listening to Paige's sweet voice to go to sleep to. But with this fig though, I love how Mezco like drops. I just think it's cool. Like with this figure, it was like middle. Like I didn't know it was coming. I don't know if I was supposed to know because I don't really follow outside of Rumble. But like I just think it's like they keep you on your toes. Like also it's like they're such an engaging company. It's like you have to kind of just always kind of check. It's like are they doing anything? Oh, pre-order drops tomorrow and then they'll drop like it's just like
yeah,
surprise tomorrow here something is or like I just think that's so cool because with most lines it's like you have this heavy anticipation. You're like when are these
Mhm.
toys going to come out? Oh, 2 years from now. Great. Give me your money now. With Mezco, it's kind of just like, oh, yeah, check out our website. We have a new toy. And it's like, what? Oh, yeah, clothes are in stock. Oh, yeah, we resupplied things that you didn't want. And you're like, or someone's like, hey, by the way, all these items are in stock. And you're like, when? Like, I didn't
yeah.
check. Like, are you? So it's just kind of like, there's
Mhm.
this excitement that's just naturally, it's almost, I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's kind of like, well, if you don't look, you don't know. It's just
Mhm.
unique. It's cool. I dig it. I love how it just is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this guy on Facebook. He's got a page, and he keeps it updated. And you're just like, wow, I should just give him my credit card information, and have him ship everything to me.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying no names. I'm not saying no names.
Yeah.
All right. Up next,
Yeah.
we've got Dick Tracy, Thanos Caucasian. I mean, prune face.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's a lame joke, but maybe there's somebody here that hasn't heard it yet. So.
It's a good dad joke. It's a good one. I like
All
it.
right, good. I won't self-deprecate too much. Right. So, cop or drop, you guys.
I grabbed this, but I'm a huge fan of
Yeah,
the line. This is
yeah. You
this
had me
is
watch the movie again, by the way.
Yeah, and I think Mrs. Go loves that movie too, man, right? So she's like,
Yes, exactly.
it's a great. I know people don't understand it because it's kind of out of like a generation, but when they did the two, I was hoping that they would do a couple more characters, and this just kind of solidifies it for me that I think they're going to go a little bit deeper into the line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just like all those other figures that come out with this line, I think a lot of people they get hyper focused on just the character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like you said with the Thanos thing. It's like, oh, it's light skinned Thanos, or is it, you know what I mean? But
Thanos of Caucasia, not Thanos of Titan.
yeah, Thanos.
That was racist.
That is racist. That's
That was
Excuse me?
racist. That
How?
was racist.
Yeah,
How?
but
Because I said Titan. Is that why?
yeah,
You said it, not me. I would never on Instagram when I use that word ever.
but but people get locked into this. They look at this character and they go, oh, I don't like the head sculpt. I don't understand it. But for me, like as soon as I saw this, you know, I said, oh, what else can you do with this? I mean, obviously I'm gonna use Dick Tracy, but you can take the head off. This could be another version of Gordon because it's gonna have the same head and neck combo. You know what I mean?
Bravo.
You swap,
Bravo.
you swap that stuff out. You got, and I know it's a little touchy with some collectors because it is a higher price line, but you
Yeah.
have another background character. I know a lot of
Right.
people don't want to
Exactly.
spend, you know.
100%. I'm with you.
Yeah. So when I look at these characters, yeah, I'll look at it for face value, but I also look at how I'm going to be able to utilize it in other scenarios too, even though I don't take a lot of pictures.
Yeah. You got to get back on that, dude.
Yeah, man, I really do.
Goals. Agent Gomez.
I did not because it's not Rumble, but I gotta say figs like this like skew me because like when I'm looking into a line and I see one toy, I can pass. When I see two toys, I'm like tempted, and then three when I'm like, wait a minute, this is they're building the universe right now, and then you have like in this era you have like Vaporuni set in this time era. Then you see the new skulls that are gonna probably drop here soon in this era, and
Yeah,
then you're thinking of
potentially.
background picks, like potentially, but like then the background picks, like Paige is saying, like this is who is in the background there. He is there, like or vice versa. And now
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, three are out right now. Like my fear is if I watch this movie, I will love him. I will need all of them, and I'm gonna need the whole line. And so it's like I would love to win this in a round. I have Mezco points right now, like a good amount, like hundreds of dollars of Mezco
Right.
points. And I'm like, is this the
use it?
I
Use it.
I have some used right now, but I still have a lot. Like I just bought some things with them, but like this, yeah, this like when I see this third one come out, it like shows me they're confidently stepping in this direction, and then you see like they're doing Rumble Society alongside of this era, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like Paige, you hit the nail on the head. Like this is who was in the background in a drug deal with Vaporuni, like for sure. Like
Yeah.
a case full with money, bags of coke, like that's what I see it. Yeah. For sure.
What do you guys think about Pablo's PL? This is PL Toy Box on Instagram, by the way. Pablo says, I need a Dick Tracy car. You guys in for that?
Oh yeah, but if you jump on it now, I had a feeling that they were going to do this figure, so I did this probably 2 years ago. But this is for you people watching. If you go to eBay, Playmates did a Dick Tracy. It's a cop car, and it's set in this time frame. Also, you might be able to also use it for Vaporoni, I guess, however time jumpy you do. But they made a cop car, just like an old classic comic, and they also made Big Boy's car. Big Boy's car. It's that you know that iconic Superman cover where he's picking up the car and about to smash it, and the guys are running.
Oh yeah.
It looks like that, only it's black. So
cool.
if I were you and you're into this, or you want something that's gonna go with this, I would try to find that right now because I'm pretty sure it was pretty rare when I was looking for it, but people start probably looking for it now. So I would get on it if you want to. But they have a car.
That is awesome. Yeah. All right. What about the Bread and Bricks accessory pack? I copped 2.
I did not cop, but I should have. This is like I honestly like didn't steer to like into this. I was like, oh, I'm not copying him because he's not Rumble, although I'm tempted. Didn't even know that this released, or I saw it like pop up, but I almost thought it was like in conjunction, like a 2 thing, like the second sleeve. So I did not order this privately, but I want it definitely for sure.
Yeah.
I went kind of ham on this. Yeah, I went kind of ham on this.
You got 5.
How many?
Right?
5?
I think I think 4 or 5. But there was a reason why. It's because I've been holding off on doing it. But the stacks of money, you can never really go wrong with that. It's a bag. The bag is like I said. Whenever I
100%.
look at this, I look at this kind of stuff, and I think about other stuff. In the
Hmm.
bag, that's a bank robber bag. You got all the cash and stuff like that. I had ideas for that. You could do poker games where you have
Absolutely.
chips and stuff like that. If you had enough gold bricks, because they give you so much, it's like 25 stacks of
Yeah, it's a pretty
that.
big
So
stack, man. I can't wait to
exactly,
see how big that bag really is.
yeah,
Dude,
I
it's
think,
Photos,
perfect.
it seems pretty
it,
big.
yeah, and it'll fit some of that stuff. But like, if you think about it, if you got, I'm not trying to promote this or make people, hey, you should get it. But if you, like you said, you got what, 4 packs? You said that's like 100 stacks of cash. You know how
Yeah,
many like photos or like what
Like,
different things you could do with that? That's crazy, bro. It's only
dude,
$25.
bathtub. Yeah,
yeah,
you're spot on. For like
I
the pic
like that.
takers,
I
like,
like that, the bathtub
dude,
idea. That's awesome.
I love that. I always do. I do it a little bit too much, I think. But like, I like to do people betting. I do it for my Mezco Monday submission a lot with different figs. But I like to have like Gomez and like a Skull betting on the Mezits. Like, all right, who's gonna win who? And like they're all throwing down money on it. But like, I have these little paper bills, which are fine, but they're flat, so they don't like they're
Yeah,
not super visible depending on your angle. These look a little meatier in a good way, like an actual stack with a band. So like, and they're Mezco made, so they're going to fit better in their hands. They're going to have, I think, a little maybe rubberized
Right.
texture to them. Like, yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna if they're available, I'm gonna go. I'll join the pre-order list after this for sure.
It's still up.
Oh, cool! I'm gonna buy two.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
It
Nice.
is still up. Yep.
I have points.
yeah.
Perfect.
And like, and to add on what you said really quick, like, I've seen the paper money too, and I've been kind of holding off to like commission somebody to do it. But the stacks of money, if you go to the site, you'll see it. But they have like sculpted detail in them, so it just adds a little bit
Oh,
more.
hell
Yeah,
yeah!
like
Hmm.
I don't know, but when we were like looking at it, you could see they sculpted in like the facial part, the dollar sign part, and then the
Yeah,
lines.
love it.
So you're gonna get some depth to it. So
Cool. That's where my points are gonna go. Perfect.
There you go. All right. So today, um, actually on the Toy Page group, I got my first look, and I think a lot of people got their first look of our guy Vapor Rooney.
Oh,
oh
Uh,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah. I want to say I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Can
Uh,
anybody help out?
yeah, yeah, that's Coquette Minis. Yeah, she's in our
Coquette
group.
Minis. Yeah.
Yeah, and she
So
got her
these
stuff. Yeah,
these photos are belong to Coquette Minis. So thank you for posting them, and we'll get into them.
There's that whole video too. I watched the whole
Yeah.
thing when I was in the grocery store. I was like
yeah, it's like
Excuse me, sir. Are you
bumping.
online? I'm
Oh,
doing something.
yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, move! Look at my life. I am important. Yeah.
I could tell you're not a part of the community. So we've got our first look at the box, which is right on the money, I
Perfect.
think, for this
Yeah,
character,
Perfect.
right? Just right on the money. You know?
Hmm.
What do you guys
like
think
it.
so far about the box?
Perfect. I love it. It's perfect.
What about you,
I
Paige?
I like what you brought up when we were talking about it earlier. You know how you were talking about the black box? I like
Yeah,
how this is the box, but they're utilizing it in a different way.
yeah.
So you don't, so you have some variety on your shelf if you do
Mm-hmm.
box collect. So, and this, like you said, it just kind of goes with the character. And the video, it showed her opening it up and you could see inside. And I mean, to have that, I know it's a cardboard box, but to have that kind of like detail inside the box as well. I don't want to ruin
Yeah.
it for everybody, but I thought that was kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great video, by the way. That Coquette Minis, if you're listening, that was like super helpful. And you just got me hyped for Monday when that thing comes. Like,
Right?
Oh
she
my
showed off
gosh.
everything. It was really well. I wish there was sound. I'm not going to lie. But I was
Yeah.
just like, I want to
Okay. I
hear
thought
these
that was me.
squeals. Okay.
No,
The whole sound thing.
she's a very she's private,
Okay.
like as
All
far
right.
as like
Copy.
videos and stuff like that. But when we got on, she was saying, I really want to do a video. I'm like, yeah, you should. And she was like, okay, well, I'll do it, but I don't want to talk or anything. I was like, dude, you just showing high
Yeah.
quality video and photos, people will
Yeah.
eat that up.
Yeah. People.
100%.
I was stoked.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to hear the squeals of like, oh my god, I love it. It's amazing. I could just imagine. I was imagining that in the background. I was like, she's probably like, ah, yeah. People are like, I need to help you. She's like, no, it's just another toy. But,
Did you
And
notice? Did
one
you
of the
notice?
biggest first looks that, so I'll let you guys in a little bit on the private chat that we got going on. We had said this would be a highly requested item immediately as soon as we saw the picture.
Yeah.
Basically, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, if you don't want them, I'll take them immediately. We got some Mezit pink skulls, man.
amazing. Like, come on. What the hell? Of course I need 4 of these. This is awesome.
What? This is
Like,
so
dude.
like I'm completely flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say.
Like Agent said too, you know how you're talking about the website and how like they just kind of spring this on you. I don't think anybody knew anything about this.
Mm-mm.
And so when
0%.
people saw this, I actually saw comments where people were like, "Oh, if I would have known that this would have came with it, I would have ordered it." Which is funny because it's like it's $100 figure, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah, but
that would have been the tipping point for people." So it's kind of that shows how much impact it has.
It's so cute. It's like, oh, I love the little Mezits. I also have the new, like, dude, that's why Mezco is so fun. Like, all of a sudden, like, you remember we used to have I used to remember the big white dudes or the big black dudes, like the chunkier ones. Then all of a sudden, they're like adorable little Mezits. And then it goes with the grub line. And now it's like, and now they're like skeletal face because it's like the skulls should have little prodigy babies. And now, like, we're getting a full array of them. And like, I love collecting those too. I get so excited. Like, which color am I going to get? Like, I'm a child. Like,
Yeah,
these
same.
are awesome.
Same.
So excited.
Pablo asked, "Are these going to be with every order?" I don't think so. I do think maybe you might see this in one other character, and that's just in my opinion. I don't have any insider information or anything like that, but I think this was just one of those things where they were like, "Here's a surprise," because in my opinion, all of this stuff could have been sold for about $75 on the website, and people would have paid immediately.
What? You think so?
I do. I think this pack is probably worth. I say 75 high. I would estimate at this
35.
point in time $60. Everybody would have bought this 3-pack.
Yeah. It came with other stuff too, which I thought was cool. Like they had the stickers, and I'm kind of a like a swag nerd with this kind of stuff. So when they give stuff like the buttons and the patches and stuff like that, that stuff is cool. When I saw this, I kept thinking to myself, did they mean to put this with the Gig from Hell or the Unholy Encore set? And
yeah.
And like Pablo said, he said, does it come with every Vapor order? Every Vapor order that I've seen that people have gotten it from, whether it was from New York, because it shipped out of both. Somebody said something to me the other day, or yesterday, because when it came out first, I had a couple people reach out to me and they said, mine's shipping out in New York. So I put it down, and then people said they had it. Yeah, and then they said they had it from Washington. And I think what they're doing is they're taking the shipments that are going internationally, like to Canada, because the 3 people that reached out to me, they're in Canada. They got theirs from New York. Everybody stateside, from what I understand right now, is receiving theirs from Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting mine from Washington. And I'm in New York. So
yeah. But they've all had this, they've all had these in there. All the orders I've seen so far.
All right, so great. I guess the answer may be Pablo. We'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like this is them being like, like I don't know. I just feel like they're so cool with their own line. Like I love how Mezco does their Rumble Society. It's the coolest line to creator I've ever seen. And this is just kind of like, you got to be one to know one. Like you got to just fortunately or unfortunately, you buy it all because you might get a comic that might relate another character or give you a little Easter egg or a preview, or you might get a Vaporuni and you might get a freaking pack of baby skulls. And it's just like, you buy it, and if you don't like it, Paige, you say it all the time, but it's like these things don't just drop off to $30, and you're going to be able to sell this to someone for equal value gladly. It's not,
or
people
greater.
usually take or greater.
I mean, I got into Mezco via third party, and I was already paying double. So when I started getting my figures from the website,
Hmm.
on time with everything, it felt like such a win for me.
Totally.
And
No,
I feel weird even saying that, but
I get it.
again, depending on the character, you know, like you've got the Eradicator Hornet up there for quite a long time, but then you get Burner Vapor, and now he's about $800.
Is it that much right now? Is he that much?
The last time I seen him was about 450.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. So we've got
I hope
another
they just-
photo. We got
Okay.
another photo from our friend here. And that is
Love it.
the figure in all its glory and the stand. That's all I could fit in here. But wow, that stand almost looks like leather to me. How about you?
Yeah.
Whoever does the designs are awesome. They're amazing stands. All the stands are they're like Pogs. Like I collect them. Like I'm old, but Pogs. They remind me. They're just
Yeah.
they're so detailed and they're just so cool. Like I keep them all in their separate box. I don't even want to have my toys scuff them because when I first got them, like they fall, they scuff them. Now they're like I
Yeah.
use the sealant. I stack them beautifully. I have like hundreds of these things, but they're so cool.
Yeah, it looks good. It really
You know
does
the
look
thing
good.
with this when they were doing the pictures is the one thing I noticed and to backtrack a little bit with the PSCC Junior set that you're saying, like I think it's cool that they do this because for one, it's a smart business move because it incentivizes people to go like you were talking about. Oh, I need to order direct from them. Otherwise, I may not have a chance to get some of these extra things that are kind of
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
And then also, I know they stopped doing the secret drops, but it's really cool that this is kind of their alternative way to deal it.
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
point. Great point for
That's
sure.
that's an
Yeah.
amazing point. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get this stuff because I got a Superman right now, and that was from a third party guy, good guy, but I didn't get any of the extra stuff with it, and I have something coming from Mezco, another Superman, and I'm excited about that because then I'll get to army build some of the red, black, or green ones, right?
Yep.
Right.
Totally.
But that kind of stuff is cool. I think I'm glad they got away from the secret drop stuff, but they kind
Same.
of keep the element to it still, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They're surprised for sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And this
God.
figure
And
looks awesome, man. It looks
Oh.
awesome, bro. There's so many
And
looks. I saw 3 looks already, man. 3 looks.
Yeah.
And I feel like with Union Gomez dropping, like the way they did the tailoring on Union Gomez was like, I love all Gomez, I do, but like they've gotten better, undoubtedly. Like the jacket versus Casino versus Agent is an upgrade, and like
Mhm.
now with the jacket on Union, there's like even some articulation in there, and like it looks real. Like it doesn't look like, not that the other ones don't, but it's just special if you have it, you know what I mean? And like so I only imagine just visually, I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect. Like other toys can wear this. It will just add, like the Constantine coat is like, I know it's tight for certain figures, but the ones that it isn't tight for, it's phenomenal. I have I have a skull in it right now, and it's just like, this is incredibly detailed. It's better than Atticus's Doom's original jacket. It's an upgrade. And like Atticus's new is better. It's like, they're really getting better and better. It's so cool. Like,
so it's a good segue into Atticus and Vapor. I think I may give a Necroverse Atticus coat to Vapor Rooney.
Yeah,
and
that's
have-
another look.
And have him on
That's
a pimp
cool.
kind of day.
exactly what I imagine.
You know?
Yep. With the mustache.
Maybe getting some money from some ladies
Or
of the
fla-
night.
Or a flasher.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's
All
good.
right. So
You know-
that was from Paige, if you will.
Coquette minis, yeah.
Coquette minis.
Yeah.
So the reason why I have a problem with this is because there's a few Spanish words that look like that, and I mix them together,
I know.
and it's very hard for me to. You know what I'm talking about, coquito and a couple of other things. So I read it and I'm like, okay, I give myself a headache. But beautiful profile. If you're watching this, let's get her up there into the 9 and a double.
Yeah.
She's right there.
Oh.
She's right there.
Yo, one last thing, really quick. So she is very cool, and I talked to her while she was posting some of these videos because she was waiting for them to go through.
Yeah.
And one of the things I also thought about, because we're talking about interchangeability, I asked her if those clothes, because they look like they're just pieces, I go, can you take those off? Because I know a lot of people weren't stuck on the color of Vapor.
Mm-hmm.
But if those overalls and that shirt comes off, all that stuff Agent Gomez knows, all that other stuff is easy pop stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Mm-hmm.
you
Yep.
could put your other
Excuse me.
Vapor body, if you wanted a blue one, I don't
Oh,
how
that's
much is blue,
cool.
but it's a
Tell
little
me
off because it's
too.
blue. But you can have another version of the character, you know. And
That's so fun. I'm gonna probably buy because there's a lot of page in your group too. Like Leo Bear is always parting things out, and other
Yeah.
people are too. But like that's a great point. If you just want to have a couple like hoodlums from that era running around, it's just like
yeah,
cop
Mm-hmm.
another pair, and you're. I would just. Do you know the height? Because I didn't see it compared. Is it the height of Vapor or is it a skull size?
I think
I
it's
don't
probably the
know.
same body of Vapor, just repainted.
It just
It would
looks
Yeah,
seem
taller
that
for
way.
some reason. But okay.
Maybe it's
that's
the
what I was
clothing.
wondering. Yeah, it's
But
I was wondering about that. Like if it's an older version of him because it has more facial hair and a mustache.
Has a mustache.
yeah.
He's a little older, I imagine. But yeah.
Well, I'm gonna do the whole thing where like back in my day we didn't have spray paint. We had to write our names, with lead paint on walls if we wanted them to stay.
Yeah.
So I got some Q&A for you guys about Death Adder before we get into the photos. We are officially a half hour in. So
Cool.
let's get this train rolling.
Mhm.
All right. What 3 accessories would you like Death Adder to have? Now that we've had him for a little while and we've given him time to breathe, Agent Gomez, why don't you take this question first? Because you were so nice to provide the background photo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for using it. I would say I could see him in a jacket, almost like a stealthy, like hooded type, like mysterious, like going through the jungle or the woods type, a hooded type thing. Maybe not a full zip up, but like poncho style. I think that would be badass. I think,
Like
a,
Kurg?
yeah, almost like a Krieg outfit, but like hooded though, hooded like in the rain. Imagining like a
Yeah.
pic of like just like you see like the snout sticking out of the cigar for a pick, like it kind of like cuts the face,
Oh.
the cigar sticking out. Um,
Ooh.
I think
Yeah.
that would be
Give me a
dope.
second. Let me write this down. All right. Hold on.
Okay, feel free, feel free.
Great
Um,
idea. Wow.
I think that would be pretty neat. I also
Manny got
really
his pen.
like. I also like the big gun like they did in the weapons kit, where it's like almost like a massive one. If you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
I think
yeah. It's like Cable's gun almost,
yeah,
or
yeah,
the gun from Doom.
yeah, exactly, like the big fucking gun from Doom, but like almost like
Exactly.
one of those for him, like a big weapon, almost like heavy artillery's here, boys, like ripping off the pin and just like blasting rocket, but not a rocket launcher, but more of a hefty piece. And then the third thing, on just a personal random preference,
I'll do it, Papa.
I I dig I love the animals with the toys. Like I love that Bella comes with cousin Eddie. Just some type of creature to roll with him, and like his little pet, blah, whatever it is. Just like a little
Huh.
friend. Like Gomez has his grub. This guy has
Yeah.
his blah. I don't know. I just think those are like that makes me necessary. Like I'm a sucker for Gomez, so I'm gonna buy it. But it makes me really, really need it. I don't know, but I just think that would be cool. Those
All
are the
right,
three I'd pick
Paige.
probably.
Man, those are great
Three
ones.
accessories.
Well, it's a little bit of a surprise, but I like the coat idea.
Yeah, same.
And I know he's talking about his. I think like an overcoat, like a leather overcoat, like Samuel Jackson. I think that would be
Ooh,
cool for him.
Oh,
hell yeah.
so
It's
similar to
piggybacking off of Agent.
the pink skulls, or similar to like Hawk P40.
I would say something like the Crow,
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
leathery.
Yeah. Oh,
They
we
kind of
going for the full
piggybacks.
Samuel L. Jackson look. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
see
I
what
mean,
we're
the
doing here.
character, if you really look at it,
Pulp
I
Fiction
mean,
style, right?
well, I mean, if you look at it, it is kind of like Nick Fury-ish,
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
without a doubt,
Um,
without a doubt.
but yeah, the piggyback, like what Gabe Gomez said, that's a great idea. The second thing I had, and I talked about this too, I honestly thought that this head, not in hand, but I thought the eye was going to light up. I thought that would have been cool.
Mm.
I mean,
Totally.
but the head is
Yeah,
very
they can
small.
fix it. They can do that. I
Yeah,
could
I just
totally
didn't
see them
know
doing
because
that.
it was small. You see how like maybe the
Yeah.
larger mouth one, the one that's open because there's more space, and I know it's still a little tight, but it is kind of small. So I could see why they didn't do it. But maybe a red laser pointer. Maybe you can like
Mm.
light it up kind of like that way and do it in
Oh,
photos.
brilliant, brilliant. Yeah.
And I
I'm
guess the
here for that.
third thing would have been I like I like the swords and I don't know what these are called. I've just been calling them glaives until I can figure it out. They actually listed on the site. It's
Like
I
the
actually
round size.
The small
yeah
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, I
There's it
love
starts.
these.
I think it starts with a K. I thought these were retractable and movable,
Oh, I know
but
what you're
they're not.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but um, I love the design of each one of these of the blades, and I think it would have been cool to maybe have maybe another sword, but I guess it would have probably put him more in that Snake Eyes category, and they kind of wanted to keep away from it a little bit. So
Okay.
Yeah.
those are three I had.
I just looked it up. They're called Karma Bite or
Yeah,
Fang Knives.
yeah.
Ooh.
I like that.
Hmm.
So I guess I'll get into it.
Yeah.
Uh damn, that hoodie thing and that coat thing is that's gonna be hard
Yeah,
to do. I will go with either one of those, but I would really, really like to see somewhere and hanging off of the belt maybe um where the Karma Bite or the Fang Knives can go. Like by his hips, like hanging off
Totally.
the chains, maybe.
Oh, God of War style. Kratos.
God of
that'd be
exactly God
dope.
of War style Kratos. So he can
Into it.
easily pick him off from his legs, but have
Sold.
him loose enough, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
Blade had those.
So-
Blade had
Yeah. Yeah.
those.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had
Exactly. Smart.
Blade. Yeah, Blade has those little carrying like holsters for his stuff. You
yeah,
know
I
the
think I
thing that he
might take a trip to Michael's and figure out if I can get some small chains and just add it on there.
yeah.
So I guess that leaves me with one accessories because we went for the hoodie, we went for some attachments that would help out with the Fang Knives. I'm looking at them right now. Yeah, you said a head, a light with his head would be awesome. You know, I really can't think of anything else. Yeah, you guys have said it all. It's
We stole them from you.
that's what happens when you go last, right?
Yes, that's the challenge
All the good
part.
stuff is taken, man. The buffet is empty. Come back again tomorrow.
You know what's really cool about this figure is even though it's just starting to come out right now, people are really starting to explore this and they're doing a lot of customizing. Like I know he comes with all this gear, but
Hmm.
you can put once you kind of learn the layout and how things work, because I've heard a lot of people say they have a lot of problems with the pouches, putting them on, taking them off and stuff like that. But you don't have to stick to a certain way. You can put these in different ways. And so
Hmm.
everybody can kind of customize this character. I've seen people put Snake Eyes heads, the helmet on
Mhm.
there.
Hmm.
I've also seen people backtrack and they've been taking some of the accessories from, like the Baker's Dozen pack or the vest that they've been giving us, like
Yep. Yep.
the two holster gun holsters. I saw somebody put that on him the other day. The ones that go
Oh,
each
I didn't
side.
see that.
The
That's cool.
Victorian
Yeah.
pack?
No, it was one of the packs that has the
Cut and
two gun
stitch.
holsters.
Cut and
Yeah,
stitch came with it.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Well, there's
Yeah.
all those accessory packs. There's something in there, and I've seen people put different things on them because it just seems like it works. And so I think that was cool too. That I don't know if that was by design, but they were able to take all of the past stuff and it's still usable with something current.
That's really cool.
I
Go.
just thought about it. I got it. I just
Okay.
thought about
Okay.
it. And it's because I'm staring at your photo.
He does that. He inspires.
A
Thank you.
portable, a port and an unport eye, so you can have him have two eyes when you want it eventually.
Okay. I
Oh,
love that. Love it.
An
like
eyeball that ports in and an eyeball that ports out.
yeah.
On that one side, or maybe have both eyes just be able to port in, port out.
Well, then we need
So
a
you
bloody eye too for the pick. So it's like the in between of like it
Three
getting happy
accessories,
out.
man. You're getting greedy now. Three. No.
Oh shit.
like, yeah,
All
man, you
right.
got 4 heads.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I know, I'm just joking.
I know,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right, so I'll let you guys in on an accessory that my friend and I are designing currently.
Okay.
We are going to and I'll send it to you guys, of course, when it's finished. It's going to be
Oh,
in
thank
green
you.
resin, my famous green resin.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a acid spray
Oh,
that ports directly
so
into the tongue.
smart. So smart. Great idea.
So yeah, I've got Insightful Imagery helping me out with that.
Okay.
And
Love him. Great guy.
I'm getting him a bottle of green resin for his troubles, and that's pretty much it. We
Dang.
lost Toy Page for a second.
Maybe his phone
I'm
fell.
sure he'll come back.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really cool idea, though. That is like the perfect kind of accessory for him too. Just like adding a little.
I think he was missing it. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's down and out. All the weapons are stripped. He's in like tied up. What do you have? Like he's got something you can't take away.
And
Just
he
spits
is
across
a
the room.
venomous snake, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there we go. All right, let's get into the next question. And it's along with the eye again. And we've got a photo from you again. How do you think Death Adder lost his eye?
It's as soon as you said about the eye, that was the first thing I was like, damn, that would be a good comic. Like the origin of the eye story. I definitely think it was work related and not just like personal mishaps like a drunken night. I'm gonna say he and Agent Gomez in like a deep mission while like rooting through the jungle. He's a jungle thing to me. I really just see him tearing it up through like green, like dark woody areas, but I imagine he protected someone and in the mix of it took a sword to the eye, slashed it right off of his face, didn't even flinch, and just didn't even care. Was like, screw it, I don't need it. I got one. What about you?
I thought a little bit more. Sonny says he was obviously eating top ramen with a shrimp.
That was my second
Way
guess,
too
Sonny.
fast. So I think he was staring at Tangerine while in a battle. And
That's
he,
great.
he saw what was going on over there, and he stared at the sun, and he lost an eye for it.
I'm in for it. I'm here for that.
Thumbs up if we are back.
Wait, is Paige messaging you?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There she is.
All right, Paige. So we got another question here. How do you think Death Adder lost his eye? I said he was staring too long at the sun. That sun's name was Tangerine.
I get it. No.
And Agent Gomez said it was definitely a work-related incident. Sonny said obviously top ramen, and lost it during a POW interrogation. I like that. That.
Yeah, I like your idea about having a different head to fill it in. That way you could create a story. But yeah, I think he got stabbed or shot.
Yeah. I'm thinking a slice in the face. Didn't even flinch. That was like, whatever. I'm a freaking beast.
I mean, in all honesty, what do you guys think? Do you guys think we could just use the cheese wax for an eye?
Probably, yeah.
Right?
There. Maybe he had a battle with White Skull Agent.
Oh.
We're going into lore, people.
Yeah.
We were saying
lore.
And that's
comic
why
Page. Yeah.
That's why he joined up with Hazard Squad Commander.
Love it.
Ooh.
That works
Maybe
out.
battling for the ranks. All right, we got another question here.
Love that.
You guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Put yourself in a place of research and development at Mezco. Give us an alternate name for Death Adder. Go ahead, Paige.
Damn, right on the spot.
Good. Thank God, not me.
Black Snake Mo.
Black Snake Mo?
Black State Moan. I don't
Black State. Hold on.
know. Black Snake Moan.
MOE or MO?
MOAN.
Oh, MOAN.
Yeah. No, I don't. You know what? I don't know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good question, man. That's a good one. All these have been good, and they're way on the spot. I was like,
Yeah, man, I don't know.
All right, so I'll go next, Agent Gomez, unless you want to take it.
I was thinking, just the thing that popped into my head was like Fang, like FHANG, like spelled
Okay.
with a PHANG, spelled a little differently, kind of unique, but like Agent Fang or something like that, where it's like play on words, snake fangs, bite, something like that. But that's on a minute's notice. If I had time, I'd be creative.
Yeah. Damn it, Pablo. Now I have to come up with something else.
Yeah, that Black Mamba's a good one, man.
That Black Mamba is a good one. So I guess One-Eyed Monster. I don't know. Damn, Black. I was thinking Black Mamba now. Shit.
Yeah, I
Snake
have to
Eye
think.
instead of
I have
eye.
yeah.
Fang is great too.
Damn, Shadow Viper's good too.
So
Like Jarrell.
Shadow Viper's fire. That's
Gold-
fire. That's a good one.
Gold Commander, right? But he's Gomez.
hmm
So
He's a lieutenant. I know that. I know Death Adder's a lieutenant.
all right, you know
Lieutenant
what?
Fang.
I'm gonna keep it
Lieutenant Fang.
simple.
Perfect.
Lieutenant Fang.
Yeah.
hmm
I did some fusion. Whoa, that is really good too. Shadow Viper.
Yeah, Paige was just saying he read that one. That's good. That's great too.
Yeah,
That's great.
sorry, I was in my own thought. I was like looking into the ether, trying to pull something out. Like, come on, you're almost there. Yeah, it didn't work. It's not under. It's nowhere to be found. Cottonmouth. Okay, all right. You guys are into this one. That's awesome. All right, so we got another one. All right. What would Death Adder's theme music be? Go ahead, Agent Gomez. Age looked like
I'm gonna say I want to say it's like something like creepily, like not like dark, but also not like a death metal, but like something. I'm trying to think, man. Let me think. Something in the vein of like an excitement, like not Jawsy, but there's anticipation there because this guy, he's a snake. He could just snap out of nowhere and
I see
destroy
what
you.
you're saying.
So it's almost like that, like dun, 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 but not. I just for easiness sake, so we don't take up 15 minutes, I will say the Jaws theme song for him.
Jaws theme song. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Go ahead, Paige.
Either Black Sabbath or Black Rob. How about that?
Black Sabbath or Black Rob?
Yeah, I tried to go on both spectrums.
Okay.
So you get your metal, and then you get your rap.
All right. Okay. Oof. So here I am again. I think of these things, but I never think of the answers. Just to let you know. Let me see. I'd probably go with something like a heavy metal. Actually, now that I think about it, there's you guys ever watch like Cartoon Network late at night, Adult Swim?
Mm-hmm.
There was this show about a heavy metal band that ruled the world, and everywhere they went, the state or the country seemed like this huge financial gain. So they kind of got this spoiled rock star life, and they have a song called "Better Metal Snake." So it's
there you go.
Yeah, so the song,
the
song would be Better Metal Snake. Uchiwali from Nas.
I told Paige this, go figure, but I thought, I don't know if it was intentional, but like, you have like snake eyes, and this is like a snake with one eye. I wonder if that was like an intentional play on words, because it's like, it's very similar to the snake eye aesthetic, where you have like the sleek suit, cargo pants, snake eyes, and it's like, if they were almost spitballing that idea, they're like, dude, snake eyes, let's make it a snake but with one eye. Like, I don't know, it just seems like if I was like brainstorming at a table with friends, like that's definitely like a little, if I was like smoking a little bit, just getting like a little out there, like that's
Yeah, yeah.
probably the exact thing I would land on is this. Like it just feels
Yeah.
so like I just love the name for it. I think it's yeah,
I
like
think
the
that's
creation is
good.
perfect. Yeah.
All right. So we are now at our photo session. All right. So we're gonna go with Paige first. Paige, same thing as always. Tell us what you like about the photo, and then Agent Gomez will go, and then I'll go. That way I can pull the next slide up.
All right, gotcha.
This is from Omega Red.
Oh, okay, pop up. I like this because he put the two characters. I've seen a lot of solo shots lately, but it's cool to see somebody actually pair them together so you get an idea. You know, I mean, we saw it in the stop motion, but this is cool to see. Sal always takes really good photos, and then he also utilized some of the diorama from the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there's a little effects in there, and then you know he takes the hero role. So there's that
Yeah.
entrance to this. It's like, yeah, this guy's so
Mhm.
badass. He's actually helping out Hazard Squad Commander. It's just it's a really good shot, man. I like it. Got the beat up head and everything, so that's cool. Little details in there. I like it. He
Yeah.
lit up the flash effect too. You know how
Yeah.
most people they just kind of they'll have the effect piece in there. He actually lit it up, so that's
Yep.
cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
A
Looks
lot of
good.
little things in there.
Very
Love
good.
it.
Agent Gomez, what do you like about the photo?
Yeah, I think like just looking at it, it's like interesting, you know, like love the use of the dio in the background. And the fact that it's like, you know, it's the lore. This could be cut. I say this a lot, but these are things that I am drawn toward when it's like this could literally be a panel. It's just like, and now Lieutenant's like why Gomez is down, like the Hazard Squad commander's down, Lieutenant comes in to save the day, and it's just like this could 100% be a panel in this comic, like for sure. Love that.
Definitely. Same here.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the whole No Man Left Behind. It definitely, like Paige was saying, it goes right back to the stop motion. And this is so good and it's so easy. Talk about using what you got in a sense instead of like waiting for a diorama to be commissioned or a diorama to
Totally.
be completed. This is, guys, this is how you do it. This is right from and out of the box. This is the box, guys.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally, the box is in the background that both of these figures came in. Very same aesthetic. And he's using everything that was in the box. You cannot get better than that, in my opinion.
I'm with you. I think so too.
All right, so good job, Omega Red. Amazing. That's his tag down there if you're not following him.
He's great.
Up next, we got Gone Mad Graphics. So, Paige,
I love this because it's art. You know, I know there's creators out there that can set these, you know, scenes up and posing, lighting, staging, all of that stuff. But, you know, this is another category. And that's what caught my eye with this. This isn't the first drawing he's done too. He has a couple. So if you have a chance to go look at his stuff on Instagram, I would highly recommend it because he has some great hand-drawn photos of not only just Mezco characters but other characters as well. But I just love the expression, the viciousness. You know, it's I like it a lot. I'm waiting to see if he colors it. I know he does a lot of, you know, like art, like sketching it out and doing stuff like this, but I'm waiting for him to like add colors and stuff like that too because I don't
that'd be
know if
awesome.
he's a colorist. Yeah, I don't know if he's a colorist. You know how they have like artists and
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that and he does the coloring and all, but man, I mean, it just looks
That'd be
really
crazy.
good. Yeah,
I think so too. What are you thinking, AG?
I love it. I mean, just like the realism take on it, because you know, it's like we're seeing a comic. This looks so cool. I really love the time he put into this. I love the different approach to him a little bit, just a little bit more realistic. It just looks vicious. Like this guy, someone drew this. Like that's crazy. Like that to me is like I love toy photography and people are crazy, but like I wish I could do something like that. Like that's
Right?
just like that's like next level to me. And I love that it's not, I love this pick page because it's not that everyone takes the same pick. Like I love the picks I take and what I've seen, but like this is way unique. When people do the actual art form of a toy, like how inspiring is that? You're like, let me actually I'm drawing this thing out. Like that's crazy. Like props to this guy, colored, not colored. I would love to see it colored with like a nice shimmery black, but like yes, one of the most unique picks I think when I went to the tag that you were giving us, go figure, I was like, yeah, this is one of the more unique things than anything like everything I've seen, honestly. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the devil is in the details. You start all the way at the back with that hand. He's actually coming down a wall and clawing the hand. You can see his hand has done some damage to that back wall, and he's obviously done some. If you go further on that same line, there's some blood splatter coming off of that. What are we calling it? Fang knives
Yeah.
or
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's the easier one to remember.
karma fangs or
Yeah,
something like
karma.
that.
Yeah.
And if that there's a crazy amount of detail, but I mean, look at his belt loops on his chest. You can
Mm-hmm.
clearly see that's going through a loop.
Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
insane.
That's insane.
That is just
Karambit.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Gone Mad graphics. Beautiful work. Beautiful work.
And like you said,
Definitely.
details too. If you look, like, I mean, we just really we seen photos, but we just got this figure in hand, and he was
Mm-hmm.
still able to add the bandolier straps. If you look at the elbow pads,
The elbow pads
uh,
stick out. Mm-hmm.
shoulder pads, he has the other coming back in the other side. But then if you look at the one that's showing in the forefront of the frame, he
Mm-hmm.
actually sketched out, you know, the snake on the blade like it is on
Oh
the actual
yeah.
blade.
Didn't
He
even
just
see
put
that. You're right.
No, yeah.
he just put so
That's
That's
many
so
awesome.
cool.
details into it, man. Oh, and if you look now that I'm seeing it now, because his signature's there, but look right where his back is.
The
He
knife.
has the sheath for the
Yeah.
knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
sword,
crazy.
knife, sheath.
Like
Yep.
yeah, like
Perfect.
that part. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
I
That's
just
so nice.
and it's going up. It's going up because if you look under his arm, it's
Hmm.
still on a perfect line.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he has
That's
it. Yeah.
Great job. Wow.
great job.
Amazing.
Crazy.
So next we've got a troublemaker over here.
Oh, he
Yeah.
sucks. Thank you, Pace. Appreciate the pick.
So without feeling too bashful in front of the artist, what do you like about this?
So I just went through and I scrolled through. So there's nothing. I don't look at names, honestly. And so
Okay.
when I saw this, I just like the fact that it's action. You can see him running into this action.
Yeah.
He's like, it's kind of like that Braveheart scene where he's just like, and he's just going into battle, or it's that one warrior kind of mentality or that story, and it looks like he's just making out this vicious yell, and he's going into battle.
Mm-hmm.
I really like how the action is just focused on the character. The
Yeah.
backdrop adds to it. I mean, that's there, but the depth of field is the blur that's there only lets you focus on the character, which is what it's supposed to do. But
Mm-hmm.
I like that because it's not against just some kind of plain background. I mean, it's cool to do that, but this just adds to the photo. I just like it.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
So I go with the same exact points on this. The conveying of movement is just absolutely great, and the way he pops out off of the background, like popping off of the greens and the gray,
Yeah.
your eye, and this is like one of my favorite character shots in a sense because your eye doesn't go dragging around in a photo. Like I sometimes, because I do diorama and diorama accessories, I'm sitting there trying to get everything that I ever did in a photo
Yeah.
instead of remembering, oh yeah, it's action figure photography, not diorama action figure photography.
Yeah.
So bravo.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you, man.
I
Appreciate
guess
it.
Asian Gomez, what inspired you to take the shot?
Thank you. Thank you guys for the nice words. I think one of the cool things about being a Mezco fan and a photographer that like loves their stuff is like when they do drop a fig, you do have a chance to get it featured, which is always like a cool concept. Like you could like love something that you do and you're like, well, if it looks like maybe catchy enough, maybe I'll get a fan feature. And like so I wanted to kind of display this fig and like what it is in its essence instead of like a piece of me always wants to go full Dio. I'm the same as you. I have so much stuff. I'm like, let me just do everything. But with this one, I was like, no, I want him to kind of like pop through, shine. Also, the ankles on this thing are phenomenal. They're so good and it's balanced
yeah.
so well. And you really can get him in that running pose without like, there's no stance here. This is like the shoulders have like a little bit of a butterfly joint on them, which is great. So I wanted to kind of show what he's capable of, the balance the figure has, displaying some of the accessories that are like embedded so well. And then I was like, if it's like good, and then thank you, Mezco. They were like, hey, I got that fan feature Friday from it. And I was like, yes. And then like get the Mezco it's like the best feeling,
Yeah,
thank
bravo.
you.
Bravo.
Thank you. And it's like,
hats
thank you. And
off.
it's like possible for anyone. Like anyone can get that. It's like, do it. If you love it, like display it like you love it. And like they might notice it, which is just so like, it's always
Exactly.
a good reminder, to just stay motivated. And I was so happy they picked me. I was like, yes, like that's my favorite. I still get so excited like a little kid. I'm like, Mezco notification, yes! Like I get so stoked. It's my favorite thing. Makes my whole day.
So which is better, shipping or Instagram notifications for Mezco?
Instagram notifications for Mezco. You can't pay for that one. It's like, yes, dude.
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Imagine Mezco's like DM for a feature. Like, how much does that cost? DM for the
Oh God.
we all love that message, right? All right.
Oh
so
God, yeah.
we got Agent Gomez's picks for Death Adder, and we're gonna start off with Omega Red again. Congrats, Omega Red, for being a huge part of this. So how'd you get to this photo, and what were you drawn to about it?
I think very similar to like Paige, this is working within the universe, within the box. Like it displays the box that the Hazard Squad comes in, which I think for a lot of people, at least myself, like I was like, oh, one day I'll have the whole Hazard Squad and I have the command center already. So it's like he's kind of filling that up a little bit, showing a little bit of the enemies that these two would face, and like just them working as a team. Like really, again, comic panel. This could be the first one, the second one. He picks them up. Now they're both like up, ready to go. And it's a great display. That said, like I'm still able to notice the figure. Like that's what sticks out. Like he's leading, like angle wise. Like that's kind of the first thing I see. I get to see the design, the details. Yeah, I just think it's really good. And I think I picked Omega Red last time too for my picks. He's just like killing it. Like great job, man. Like great picks. Just really good. Love looking at him.
Oh yeah.
Same. What do you like about it, Paige?
It's very well lit.
Yeah.
I like that because I think we saw in the last photo that he did, it was more of a darker side, but that's because he had the other effects that were trying to light up and stuff, and he was trying to get that. This one is more well lit, and that allows you to see. So if you didn't know who these characters were, and you were kind of like basing your decision on maybe getting, you could see some of the details. You could see the, you see the sculpting detail in the head. You could see all the pouches and everything. I like how he implemented the other characters from the line in there as well. So you have this like gang up, back to back mentality. And it's like, oh, they're gonna do some battle and they're just getting ready. But it just showcases the two characters, and it's really cool that he's still utilized the diorama like Agent Gomez said, but he just switched it up and he has a completely different look, and it goes to that panel thing, just like Agent Gomez said.
So cool.
Yeah, I love the fact that he went with the lore again. We know that these two have been in war or conflict with the Skulls, the the Brigade. So it's always interesting to see somebody take from whatever material we get from Mezco, and it's not like every other toy company where you have 80 years of history to go on and you can pull from something that is even remotely nostalgic. It's all fresh in a sense. So I'm a huge fan of basing your photo or something like that. I feel like he's doing almost a cinematic thing here with
Mhm.
with the both of these figures. So it's amazing. The photo is good. I love, for me personally, when I take my photos of Death Adder, I feel like he sinks in because he's so dark. But if you look at this photo, he is lit up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
He is lit up. You can
totally.
tell he's got some muscles on him, and the whole nine, man. That boy is big. He's been eating his beef
Yeah.
or
Absolutely.
whatever he eats.
Yeah.
Rats. He eats
Eating
rats.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we've got another photo.
Uh,
This is a great photo. This is from what's his name? J. What is it? J. CS stand for? Does anybody know?
it's his real name. I don't
Okay.
know if he wants his real
Okay.
name, but yeah,
All
that's
right.
his
So
real name.
government, the government.
Yeah.
This part of is censored. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Agent Gomez. What do you like about this?
Yeah, I love the comboing of them both. That was like the first thing before I even had Death Adder. I literally the day before I put out Commander Gomez on the table because like I've been waiting for this moment. I'm waiting for the crew, but I love the use of them together, kind of in the trenches a little bit, maybe killing some time, putting on the boombox, having a little drink, just like all right, man, here you go. Like I just again like I love pairing them. It feels like lore, and it also feels kind of like a day in the life. Maybe not necessarily in battle, but like what does it look like outside of battle? Because these guys are rolling together in a pack, So I really like that. I just think it like speaks a lot from it. Yeah, dig it.
Page.
I like the use of props in this.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, there's just different props from different different offerings. You got the martini up there. You got pigeon up there. You got the
Mm-hmm.
hazard squad. I like the fact that since we've been looking at the Omega Reds, we've seen Hazard Squad now. We get to see Hazard Squad Commander Gold, so you can kind of get
Yeah.
a pairing of what that would look like. And when I saw this, I immediately thought because they always do variants. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
like, what are the chances that we might get Death Adder in a variant, which is probably more than likely, but is it going to be part of that gold squad unit?
Ooh,
Oh.
dude, that's a really didn't even never thought of that. A whole gold elite unit, like oh,
Yeah, because you got the other two characters. They're in the queue somewhere, and I think I've seen pictures where they
Yeah.
kind of
The
have it. But
vote.
I mean,
Remember the vote?
yeah, and so they have some of those accents. But I just immediately when I not when I saw this, but when this came out, I always think that they're going to do a variant because they always do. And I kept thinking, how would they do a variant with this? And so you could have like a gold Death Adder.
dude, they do always do a variant. I never thought
Every
of that, but
Yeah.
like
every character. Yeah,
every single one, like literally,
yeah.
like I know most, like a lot do, but like every single one has a
Hmm.
variant. That's damn okay.
Yeah.
Well, you just changed my life a little bit right now, buddy.
Yeah, man. I've told people before, like when they do it, like they're like if you don't like this character, then be prepared later on in the future because they always make a variant.
Yeah.
Nosferatu. I mean, it's always. I'm wondering. I know it's off track, but I'm wondering how they're gonna do Sod Cutter if they do a variant of that. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
but
Damn.
flesh colored Sod Cutter, like from the comic book before he buried himself.
that's a good idea.
That's a great, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
But back to this, yeah. I saw this and that's what I thought. I was like, oh, great use of props. You get to see another version of Hazard Squad. It made me think about Death Adder. Maybe they'll do a Hazard Hazard Squad Lieutenant Gold Death Adder.
Oh,
It's
love
not a
that.
commander. Yeah, it's not a commander because he's a
We got to
lieutenant.
come up with an acronym for that guy.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another photo. Oh well, I love it that they're in the trenches and they still can find time to have a drink and even serve the pigeon. I
Yeah.
mean, from a photography standpoint, I love the fact that there's like a light over Death Adder. I think it looks like there's a light right over him, because if I took this photo, you'd probably only see the face and everything would sink into the background, like I was saying earlier.
Mhm.
You know, my photos with him sinking to the background. I'm working on it.
He has a very unique style too. Like, yeah, I mean, you're in the group, Go and
Yeah.
Paige
Mhm.
and you as well, and so there it is again. So he has a very distinct style, and I think that's important
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
we're all trying to take pictures and stuff like that. But if you can look at somebody's photo and you can tell it's them,
Yep.
I think that's a great
Yeah.
quality to have.
Absolutely. You can tell his pics for sure.
Yeah.
Got one more over here. Agent
Him
Gomez.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. So these are the ones, Page, that I always know are his when I see this type. He kills it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's almost in a dark room. It's on a little pedestal and like showcases on him. And he does it really well with a lot of pictures. Yeah, I mean, it's just, even though it is dark and kind of go figure to your point, it kind of does hit a lot of the background, but like a lot also comes out. And you can see like the head sculpt
Yeah.
details, smoking the cigar. This is just like, this is kind of what I was going for. Like, it's interesting too, like just being creative, how it's like, I felt like him and I have the same idea. Like, I want to really showcase the figure
Mhm.
in a way, and like, both of us do it differently, but like this is like he's really highlighting the toy, showing what it looks like in its environment, and you really, although it's dark, you see so much. You see
Yeah.
the figure. I love it.
Yeah. Paige.
Uh, I like the fact that, like I said before, you can look at this figure and you can tell that he did it. It's very, and not in a bad way. I'm just saying, he's very strong on contrast. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like that's how he uses it. And if you look at this shot, technically, it's against a black background. So
Yeah.
for him to be able to, I've talked to him before, so I know how he does it. I don't want to give away sauce or anything like that, but the way he can separate the background from the character because they're both black and black, I think that's really great. And then also to kind of tease you because you look at the weapon and you're like, wait a minute, where's this gun from? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a Gridiron Studios gun weapon.
That's
Mm.
what I think too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he could have went and he could have just used the shoddy, but he added a little bit more to it, and it makes the photo unique. So
Yeah.
Definitely.
yeah, so
For me, I mean, like I've been saying with this guy, if you can get, and this is, I don't even understand how this was accomplished, because if you can get black to pop off of black,
yeah,
you are in a league of your own, my friend.
yeah.
So, congratulations. This was amazing. And Dead Man 1 is here. Actually, we're gonna get into my selections now. My
Yeah.
my
Roll it.
Death Adder selections. Um, this first one is from the Sunny Channel. He's here earlier. I love
Oh
this.
yeah.
It's not a Death Adder photo, but um, I thought this immediately.
Yeah.
I thought this, and I think a lot of people did, but Sonny took the time to do it, make it a meme,
Hmm.
and I just it's whimsical and just it's up there with where my sense of humor is. It's a good photo too. You know, he's got a dio, he's got him posed, and
Yeah.
it's a great swap.
Yeah.
What do you think, Paige?
He's a comic too, right? I think I've seen
Hmm.
some of his stuff. I
He
think I've
does
seen
do
some of his
stand
stand
up.
up.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he does stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. So he put his in. I'm probably reading a little bit too far into this, but he puts a lot of humor into things. I figured because he's a stand-up comic, and I think you remember when this first came out, everybody kept saying that this is just the Black Skull
Yeah.
Death Brigade with
Yeah.
a snake head, and then it moved to Blade, and then it moved to Snake Eyes, which isn't
Yep.
even out yet.
Oh yeah.
And so I, like like I said, I might be reading into it, but I thought it was a nice little tongue in cheek thing that he did. So
Same.
it made me laugh, man. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Agent Gomez.
Yeah, and I think Sonny is like just he's a great page to follow. He's like just a genuinely funny guy. Like hit the awkwardness sometimes that he'll just do in his video. I think he's great, and he's just really creative with that, you know. And like Paige, kind of like you said, like everyone does their creativity different, and like he brings that to Toy Picks, and it's clear here, and like me knowing what this toy looks like, I have it in hand. When I look at that, I'm like, oh, it's the same thing. It's crazy. Like I know better, but like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's kind of like that. Even though it's not like that, but yeah, it's basically that. But it's not at all. But it kind of is. You know, it's like
yeah.
it's just perfect. Yeah, clever. He's a
Yeah.
clever guy.
Might be,
His Marvel stuff. Do you guys follow that when he's like, I got the pre-release, and he wraps his toys like in aluminum foil, and like
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
dude,
I've
it's
seen that.
genius. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I watched a set that he did, and I'm like, oh, okay, because you see people in the groups, but you don't really connect them because it's just an avatar and it's just typing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so I'll usually look at somebody's stuff, not to stalk or dox them or anything, but you want to have a more personal connection in a way.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I was like, and so now when I see something like this, I don't look at it and go, oh, this guy's just being a troll. I get it
Totally.
because of his humor. I understand.
Absolutely.
That's the reason why I wanted to go look at it.
100%. Yeah, he's not a
Oh.
troll at all. Yeah,
No.
but it does. You could imagine that if you're just like, oh, look at this hater, but it's like you said, it's
Yeah,
a tongue in cheek.
You could definitely get offended.
It's kind of like the White Skull agent too, like how
Yeah.
everybody's like, I can't, it was a secret drop and they only made so many and stuff. And so, like I said, I'm probably reading too far into it, but I was like, oh, he's playing off of that too, like, oh, you can just create your own. Don't worry about it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Again, we've got Death Adder at home. All right. Next is one of my favorites, outside of Agent Gomez, of course. But it's one of the very few shots that you see with some blood coming out. I've seen a few shots, and this is Dead Man one shot. He is killing Flint as usual. I'm not sure if you guys are
He's a personal vendetta.
Dead Man loves to kill Flint. Hashtag
He deserves it.
Kill Flint is always in his toy
does.
group on Instagram, which is Toy Mercs. You
Mhm.
can participate if you want, and whenever you want. So go ahead for that. And I like the shot, and I believe his shot was actually featured on Toy Pick Community. So
Oh, congrats.
great job.
Awesome.
That is a huge account. I've met some of the guys in real life from that page. Yimbo, No Chewing, and Toy Father. And they are the collective of the Toy Daddies. So they're a part of that, and they do some great things. They plug people and the whole nine, and really good guys. So go ahead, Gomez.
Yeah, Dead Man's great. Also, he like gives a lot to the community, a lot of his time. Like he's always on here somehow. Like I don't know, he always makes it work. But this pick is really cool. Like I can almost hear the hiss with this picture. Like it just feels like the finisher, like almost like a Mortal Kombat kill. Like,
Yeah.
I can like hear it panning out. Yeah, and I do like the blood. I use a lot of blood in reels sometimes, but in pics, I'm like, is this? I've been getting some people like just report pictures. It's annoying. I got like flagged 3 times last month because of blood, where I'm like, come on, please, let me just do me. But I love that he's just like, yeah, I'm doing it. I don't care. And he's just like kind of that kind of guy, which is awesome to see. And yeah, love the pic. You can almost hear it very clean too. It's almost like a brownish hue to it in a way. Like I almost see like a brown on it, but like it's just crystal clear. Really nice pic.
Page.
I like how he's using the weapons differently already.
Yeah.
You know how like people, how there's a standard way to hold a gun or a standard way to hold a knife. This kind of gives it a little bit more attitude. I didn't know the backstory about Flint, so now it's making me laugh because it's almost like you said, he's just trying to find new ways to kill Flint. So I'm actually surprised. Maybe maybe because it would have got flagged. Is the Flint thing? Is it because of the? Is it because of the head? Is that the reason why he kills him all the time?
I believe Deadman would just say,
He doesn't like the character.
always kill your heroes.
Gotcha.
I hope I'm quoting him correctly. I believe so. He was very generous today to hit me up and say, hey, you want to do a pre-show on a Toy Mercs thing? And I was like, sure. All right.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
So
surprised that
congrats
if
to Deadman. He came in the 6th place on the Toy Pick community. So he's got the top 10 ranking, which is
Huge.
amazing. Congrats, dude. That's a big community to get a top 10 ranking in.
That's huge.
yeah, man. Major
Yeah.
accomplishment. Yeah.
Definitely.
I was gonna say if he didn't like Flint, I'm surprised that you didn't see the head coming towards it, because everybody's made such a big deal about the head. So instead of the arm having the head coming out, like
Or I
But
think
that's
your
what I like,
Falcon.
yeah.
Are you talking about the Falcon one?
yeah,
The new one that just dropped. Yeah, Flint's like
Yeah.
he was a little bit older, but I know that face is hideous. It looks like. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
But yeah, great shot.
We've got another one by I always say Slime on Toast, but Simon Toast. And again, going right back to our core material, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Beautiful explosion in the back, in my opinion, and beautiful lighting from the explosion. As we know, like explosions give off light everywhere they are. They give off two things. They give off immediate sound and immediate light. So that light travels, and I'm really impressed with the fact that the light behind that matches the light in front. I think a lot of times, and I'm guilty of it too, when I try to build the little what are those puff balls called? The cotton balls, right? Has anybody tried to build the cotton ball explosion before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I accidentally used my wife's favorite cup for that, and I never heard. No, I'm just kidding. But I've been guilty of doing that and then forgetting to light the front because I'm so focused on the boom in the back. But this is pretty awesome. This is one of those things that you see in every awesome action hero movie. The explosion just doesn't matter to them because they're that cool, and this is the vibe.
Yeah.
Paige, go ahead.
I think you summed it up very well. It's that classic action shot. The hero walking away from the explosion, and it's just that it just cements them as two badasses. And I'm looking forward to seeing more shots not only from him but from other people too, and how they're gonna do this team up. Because it's just, man, and the colors too. Because the contrasting colors, you got black, you got gold, it's yellow, but you're still able to kind of like they just it just kind of goes, but you added a little bit of blue tint in the back to kind of throw some things off a little bit, and it's all framed. You see how it's kind of bookend. Everything is still focused on the plume cloud and the black, which still brings you forward to the two characters. I like it a lot. There's lines in there, with color and then with framing too that I really like. Yep, exactly. Black and yellow.
Gomez.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I focus in on is the boom, almost like I'm looking at the sun, which is always like kind of captivating in a sea of photos. It's like, whoa, I'm going to stop for a second. And then like I'm kind of like peeling out from that focal point, like dead center between the legs, like this fiery center. And then you get to see kind of the display of like two heroes just escaping a battle. So yeah, and piggybacking, I mean, you guys hit all the points, but yeah, I immediately stare for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great pick.
What do you like, though, about it?
Me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Everything. No. Again, I love the fact that he remembered that an explosion, light travels and sound travels, and a lot of times we forget that the light around the explosion is often bigger than the actual explosion. So that light will encompass a lot of everything that's around it. You know,
Mhm.
so I mean, just look at the 4th of July, you know, or anything relative to something with gunpowder going off. That
Yeah.
light will light up the sky or anything that's dark around it, you know, even when you're like in a desert, you know. I mean, how many movies have we seen with war and stuff like that, and it's in the daytime, and those bombs, you still see some light coming off of those
Oh
they're
yeah,
Hollywood explosions, but still filming the action of TNT.
absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Great
Yeah.
pick.
So yeah, that's it for the Death Adder. That's
Great
it. We
pick.
made it. We went
Oh,
through Friday
I don't think
15.
I don't think
We
that
got
that's it.
through
I
it.
think there'll be way more.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
no
so
more
too.
ever.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Make sure you're using those hashtags. This one was a little bit hard. I think maybe the show, if we're gonna continue, we're gonna have to ask people if they want to be featured to get a hashtag going or something, because the real Death Adder, which can kill you in real life, the snake, is drowning out our Mezco Death Adder fun in a sense.
Yeah.
So I think all three of us had somewhat of a difficulty, and I learned and I shared with the group that you can search 2 hashtags at once.
Yeah,
So
that was a good
helped
tip.
out.
Thank you.
That helped
Definitely.
out so much.
Yeah.
But
And it
again,
shows that big golden axe guy. I kept getting him too, like that big like
Yeah,
horn
Yeah,
man.
the
yeah.
final boss. Yeah. the
Yep.
final
Yeah, yeah,
boss.
yeah. I was like, oh, he's Death Adder too, I guess. Okay, sure. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But maybe, dude, actually, that's a pretty good idea. Go figure, like, just because it would help your page too, and people kind of follow you to have, like, go blank,
Yeah.
go instead of like go figure, go blank, go.
Well,
Like, and
I
then the
was
toy.
trying to
Yeah.
see. There's only like 2 or 3 posts, so but I was trying to. I was late on it as usual. Um, I was trying to get Go Adder.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
That would have been easier, like as a search feature.
yeah,
I,
because there is nothing on Go Adder except for 2 pics of Death Adder. So
Okay.
it would have been a lot easier for us to funnel it. And I honestly think if people do use the hashtag, the show is going to be longer, but there's going to be more exposure for everyone. You know, Pablo
More.
says the hashtag system is broken on G. You need people to tag you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tagging would
Sometimes.
be good.
Oh, that's going to be more notifications. I already wake up to like too much. It only goes to 99, by the
Mhm.
way.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
in any group. I have like 2 group chats, and
Yeah.
that's it. You guys are one of them. So, and we don't, when we're doing this, that's when we do the group chat thing. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's a dead chat, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would love to invite you guys back again in about, let's say, 3 weeks for Jackie Vaporuni.
Oh yeah,
Down.
definitely. Yeah.
Think
You know
Totally.
what?
you think 3 weeks is enough time to have it breathe?
Yeah, it'll give people time also to like get those photos together, and I'm guilty too of that. As that'll give us time too to kind of like plug it through whatever we're trying to do. I think that would help you as well. Just say, hey, we're doing this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
without a
we
doubt.
and
Without a doubt.
yeah, I kind of laid up on that, and I should have probably said, hey, yeah, then use
Post
some of those
stories.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Help push the
Exactly.
tag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Have-
been
So I apologize.
well for me this week I had 30 and Go with Sam Newsman, had a in real life stuff, and then this, and like
Oh, real life.
I was guys that are still here, I was telling the guys I had to figure out how to make my presentation smaller, the presentation that you see, because it wasn't uploading. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Oh my
Yep.
god,
Yeah.
It's that show
insane.
stuff, man.
I've
It's that
never
show
seen
stuff.
that happen before, man. It's never happened before. And I'm like, all right, I got to go to a conversion software, something. It's got to be a free converter online. Just do
Yeah.
it. I don't care if I'm giving you access to whatever for right now.
Yeah. It
I'll
happens,
just
man.
reset my router and we'll be all right.
Have you guys played with these at all yet? The Animal Warriors of the Kingdom figs at all?
I
Have you
have
guys like
not.
seen these?
I have
Dude,
not.
so these were
Oh,
like a
those are so cool,
Kickstarter.
man.
Dude, so these are like crazy. Like these are and like Jason, the guy that makes the toy line, like he's helped with other lines apparently, and like he's very involved with the making of toys. And he did a Kickstarter, and they look generally pretty cool, but like it is so good for a 6-inch toy. Like you could tell it was like a labor of love. And what he said was unique was he kind of gave full reign to the creator, where he said that like, most toy companies, it's like, hey, sculpt the face, hey, sculpt the body. He was kind of like do it all from scratch. So like, dude, for a 6-inch toy, they all have crazy articulation in the shoulders. They all have butterflies. They all have neck pivot hinge. They all have
Oh,
ankle pivot rocker. They all have thigh cut. So it's like the perfect Marvel legend almost, but like they feel a little more substantial, and the paint apps are leagues ahead of what Marvel does. And like the accessories are great. They have accessory packs, face packs. I'm not like, I don't work for this guy or anything. I'm so enthused by this line. Like I backed the Kickstarter, but there's like so many coming out, and there's a comic book that goes with it. So it has like that Mezco feel where you do get like a whole lore, and you get like how it happened. And it's really cool. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's totally worth the read. If you guys ever want the comics or whatever, I can DM them to you. But it is a very interesting, cool story. Like it's captivating, and I highly suggest just picking up one of them. You'll be like, wow, probably one of the best 6-inch plastic, like non-Mezco style toys I've ever played with. Like it's crazy. They're fire. Like highly suggest. I've just recently got them, and they're still on my desk with my other figs, but so good. Highly recommend. Like can't suggest enough. They're super fun. Really cool toys.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Like, when we get done, I'll get the link from you. Check it out.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. For
Yeah,
sure.
I want to check those out too. That's pretty good. All right, guys. Feel free to plug away. We'll go with Paige.
Oh man,
What do we got going on in the near future, Paige?
You know what? Actually, I do have stuff. I was working on B-roll for it today, so I'll have a couple videos coming out. Hopefully, they'll be helpful videos for people.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Informative, helpful,
Yeah.
positive
Very,
videos
very
for people.
informative man right
Yeah.
here. A
And you
lot
can
of
always-
information comes from him. So
Yeah, thank you, man. And then you can always check out the Hangout. Usually there's my standard guys on there. There's 2 Corys are on there. Obviously, that show is it's geared to trying to get other people in the community on too and talking. I just haven't really connected with anybody lately, just because things have been so busy. I know. Hopefully, Miguel, you'll come on.
yep.
Talk about that. So, I had Agent a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
That's a
yeah, I
great
was
talk.
jealous. I was jealous. I was like, oh, he must be going in alphabetical order, obviously.
No, man. It just sometimes sometimes
I'm just
you talk to me in the chat. Sometimes there's just so much stuff, and it's like you want.
Oh
but-
yeah, I know,
but-
man.
but,
It's that 20-year-old energy is fading now that we're
yeah.
getting a little more older and wiser. You
Yeah.
know, I think the wiser you get, the less energy you have for something. I don't know.
I also paid him
I'll
But
trade it.
$100.
I'll trade it.
But you know you got a spot. You know you got a spot.
No, I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm
If
always
you Venmo him $70, you'll be on next week, bro. That's what I did. That's the real
I
deal.
like that.
No, I'm just joking. I'm totally
I know.
no.
Or
Totally
just start printing up some extra large tentacles very soon, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you just moved up in the queue.
there you go. What are you doing on Thursday, bud?
I knew these 3D printers were gonna pay off eventually.
Yeah.
Saturday
Corey's
show,
go
we got a
home.
Saturday show, Yeah.
Yeah,
Printer go
funny
home.
as hell.
That's awesome, man. All right, Agent Gomez, give us a few plugs.
Well, right now, guys, I just wanted to say, like, give a massive shout out to the toy community because I did just hit like my 20K follow milestone. I'm really pumped. So I want to do a little giveaway here of the CoverGirl G.I. Joe. So these are not kind of out yet. I imported this from a website. So I get them a little earlier. Like I kind of choose to pick them up earlier. And it's a great fig. I have what happened was I got one, the leg had an issue and like I can tweak things. So I ended up fixing it, but I contacted them
Excuse me.
and they were like, hey, no, keep it. you're loyal, we're just going to send you one for free. And I didn't want to sell it because it's always hard when the shipping's more and you're like, I don't want to, I just don't, I'm going to rather just give it away. So I think this was like a good time to do so. So I'll probably drop details tomorrow. And I don't like a long giveaway period. One, I'm going to, like, it loses luster, and it's kind of fun when you do it and you get it quick, like that instant. So I'm going to probably drop it tomorrow and then have it close maybe on like Tuesday and then pull it on Wednesday. So I'll do it pretty quick. So check it out, guys. Share the links. And I'll probably throw in one more thing because some of them from 7,000 to 10,000 for me happened so fast with the giveaway, and I felt like not enough people were, so I did like the 3 toys. So I'm going to throw in something else, so just stay tuned, and I'll have it posted up here shortly. And it'll be giveaway, pay the shipping and everything. But yeah, this is what I'll be giving away, sealed, brand new. And thank you everyone for following and supporting. It's awesome. It's like I always wanted it to happen, and like people kept coming back. So thank you so much. It couldn't have been done by myself.
Hell yeah, man. You're doing amazing work, man. And I am Miguel of Go Figure Go. You're going to be able to find me at some toy conventions pretty soon in New York, New Jersey, and New Jersey again. So I'm going to be doing Toy Con. I'm going to be doing Bronx Anime Con out here in New York. I'll have exclusive dioramas only for there. And if all goes well, we'll be doing some giveaways during that time when I'm actually at the convention. So make sure you tune into that because there'll be actually dioramas that will be given away. So
that's huge. That's crazy.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And with those dioramas comes diorama accessories.
Ooh.
So check me out. Go Figure Go everywhere. Everywhere. 100 years, Go Figure Go. Everywhere. 100 years. Go.
And 100 more.
Yeah. All right. For the squad over here, everyone enjoy the rest of their weekend. And thank you for joining us tonight. We truly appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me on, man. Thanks, everyone.
You're very welcome.